everybody, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another video. So if you're new here, welcome. My name is Shannon and I've been cabin crew for about a year and a half now. I do both long haul and short haul. I've already done a little what's in my cabin crew handbag video, so if you haven't already seen that and you want some more advice, then I'll link that in the description below and you can go and have a look. That video was predominantly for short haul, for when I do there and back flights where I basically leave my bed on the same day that I come home to my own bed. That's what that video is for. However, today's video is for when I do those longer trips. So I'm going to tell you what's in my cabin crew suitcase. So that doesn't necessarily mean long haul as such, because I will take my suitcase on any trips that require me to stay down route. So that could be short haul when I have night stops as part of a Euro tour, or it could be long haul trips that could be from 3 to 9 days. So hopefully this can be helpful to any of you that are going to be cabin crew soon, or any of you that are just getting started, or any of you that are just a little bit nosy. This one's for you too. So we're going to start off by telling you what suitcase I actually have. It's quite a new one. I got this suitcase closer to the start of this year. I needed a suitcase that matched the guidelines but was the extent of what I could have. We have to pack lightly, so that then means we have to pack smart. And I'm not the world's best packer, so I needed the biggest suitcase I could possibly have. So the suitcase that I have is from It Luggage. Is that how you say it? IT Luggage? I think it's It Luggage, I don't know. But mine is the spontaneous cabin suitcase. I believe that suitcase cost me about £60, but I also got a little discount with it. So a little top tip, you probably know this already, but always check if there's any vouchers, because I managed to just Google vouchers for It Luggage and this is one that came up. Also make sure that you check if you get any discounts with your work. Some companies do. So yeah, a little top tip, check all of those first. You might get a little bit of a savings on there. It is an extendable one, so it is within the guidelines unless I extend it. However, when you're cabin crew, I know with my airline, you do get a little bit of leeway. That isn't said, so any of you that are going to be cabin crew, please don't buy a suitcase that is outside of the guidelines in case you get stuck and you get pulled up on it, for example, because that's not technically allowed. However, in my experience and in a lot of other cabin crew experience, we do have a little bit of leeway with it. It's obviously very hard to pack as crew. We don't get that much space. We don't often want to check in a bag either, because that then means we get less rest at the other end, and we want to try and maximise that as much as possible. So we try to just take cabin suitcases and cabin bags rather than checking in a bag, which means we have to be really clever with how we pack our stuff, meaning we need as big of a suitcase as we can possibly get. And this is one that I got earlier on this year and it has done wonders for me. It fits everything that I can in it, and if I'm doing a slightly longer trip, then I will just use the extended option. I've never had a problem before, so just bear that in mind when choosing your suitcase. So that's a little overview of the suitcase that I've got, and I'm basically going to tell you everything that's inside of it. I do have some bits that stay on my suitcase regardless, and then there's some things that are more trip specific that I will take in and out from my room into my suitcase. So let's crack on. Apologies for the dodgy setup. I do not have a big enough room to do this in any easier way than this, so this is what we're doing today. So this is my suitcase open. In this side I have everything that pretty much stays put, and in this side I have everything that I change all the time. So I'm gonna go through this side first. So first of all, I have like a little zip extra bit here. I'm not gonna get it out, but I have a spare bit of uniform in here. So I usually wear my trousers and a blouse as my uniform. However, I do have a dress option with my airline, so that is almost like my backup option, and that is in there. And then flip over this side. So in here is everything that stays put pretty much. Anything that I use, it will come out, it will get washed, it goes straight back in here. I don't really use it outside of work pretty much, and I do recommend that. It's a lot easier. And also, before we start, I do have other bags. So I also take a topper with me and a little handbag. Anything that doesn't need to come out at security or that I won't need during the flight goes in here. So usually in my topper I'll have things like a book, because I'll use it in the bunks. I also have my liquids because they need to come out of security. I'll also have my cameras and my laptop, things like that. Anything that I need easy access to that needs to come out in security because it's an electronic or a liquid, or anything that I will use in flight, like my cardigan, maybe a change of clothes for the bunks if it's a long bunk rest, things like that. And then in my handbag I have things like my phones, a portable charger, my passport, essentials basically. Everything else goes in here. Okay, so first of all, I have this tiny little bag. I don't even know where I got this from, to be honest, and it's not all that useful, but what I do is I put anything that needs washing that's smaller, so like maybe any small tops that I wear, underwear, socks, those sort of things that I use throughout the trip. goes back in here after I've worn it, so that it's just easier for me to work out what needs washing and what doesn't. I also have a pair of pyjamas. They are the tackiest pyjamas in the world. I don't even think they are pyjamas. I think that's one of Ryan's old t-shirts, and that's just a pair of lounge around shorts from Primark, because who cares what you're sleeping in when you're down route completely on your own. I have a spare bra in here. I usually have a spare dark bra and a spare like nude bra, so then it just sort of fits with everything. Next up is a first aid kit. I used to carry this in my topper, but I don't really need access to this during the flight because we do have medical kits on board. But I have things like plasters. I have calm me down tablets in here, Gaviscon, blister plasters, ibuprofen, paracetamol, allergy tablets, all sorts. I got this from Amazon, I think. There'll be loads on there. I have a belt. It's a bit of a naff belt, but it's a belt. A hairbrush. I've made sure to buy an extra hairbrush because a hairbrush is something I use all the time, so I'll be putting it in and out my suitcase all the time. Bound to be one day that I forget it, so I bought myself a second one to leave in here. I have a gym outfit, so I've got some gym leggings. I have a gym t-shirt and I have a sports bra in here. There tends to be a gym in every single hotel that we have, and I always try and go as much as possible, so that stays in there, along with a crappy pair of trainers. They're a little bit dirty. To be fair, these are my better options, even though they don't really look it. I usually bring my other trainers with me that I use solely for the gym. However, these are trainers that I would wear in the gym and out, and to save me packing 2 pairs of trainers, I just pack these. So depending on where I'm going, if I plan on going out somewhere, I'll take these trainers. If I don't plan on going anywhere and I just know that I'm going to go to the gym, then I'll actually bring my gym trainers because I know I won't wear them anywhere else. I also have a pair of crappy Primark flip-flops in here. Have you noticed that everything's a bit crappy? I don't take my best stuff with me, especially the stuff that stays in here is always like the B-Tech version of the ones I would rather wear at home. So like I have a gym outfit that I prefer to wear at home. This is my second option that always stays in here because I know I'll never need it here. Crappy flip-flops, I have nicer flip-flops at home. Yeah, I never really take my best stuff. I also have a little bikini that I literally got from Shan ages and ages and ages ago. I don't really wear that one at home because again, it's not my favourite one, so that stays in there. Then I have this little gadget, which is a multiple adapter basically. So it's one of those plugs that literally you can use anywhere. So on the side here it says, oh my god, where is it? So you have like an option for the EU, an option for the UK, and an option for the US. So you just push across which one you need. And it's also got USB ports in there, it's got USB-C in there, there's loads of options there, which comes in really, really handy. That I think I got from Amazon as well, that's a really good find. Definitely have a search for one of those. I also have, I mentioned this in one of my other videos actually, I have a semi-smart outfit. So basically when you're crew, obviously if you're down route, there could be emergencies that happen. For example, you get unwell when you're down route and you can't operate the flight home. It could be that you get delayed and then you've gone out of hours, so then you can't operate the flight home. Say for example, I've gone all the way to Tokyo and I get ill when I'm in Tokyo and then I have to fly home eventually when I'm a little bit better, obviously, because they wouldn't fly you home when you're ill. They put you up in a hospital, they get you all the care you need, and then you'd be flying home. But you would not want to do that when you're unwell on a jump seat somewhere. So you kind of hope that you're going to get a business class seat, or at least an actual seat, like an economy seat. And from some airports, you have to be smartly dressed if you're crew and you're positioning and you're not working, if that makes sense. There's some actually where you have to be wearing uniform if you're positioning, but yeah, there's some where you have to be smartly dressed. So I bring these just in case. They go everywhere with me. It's literally just a black blouse and a black pair of trousers that are like smart-ish trousers. But yeah, that's just in there all the time, just in case of emergencies. So it basically means I wouldn't have to position home in my uniform because that would be so uncomfortable. So I bring something that's a little bit comfier, but would still be appropriate as crew to wear home. Then on this side, in this little gap here, I have more spare uniforms. So these are spare socks that I would wear with my trousers. And then on this side, I have spare tights. So if for some reason I rip my trousers and I'm gonna wear the dress, or it's too hot to wear the trousers and I wanna wear the dress, then I've got spare options for tights in here as well. And then the last thing that like lines the very bottom of this section of my suitcase, and actually takes up quite a lot of room, believe it or not, is a rain jacket. Sometimes I may take this out depending on if I know exactly where I'm going and I know it's never going to rain there and it's just taking up space in my suitcase for no reason. I may take this out. However, since packing this suitcase, I've not taken this out yet. I don't even know where I got this from, to be fair. I think it's Primark. It might be that I know that it's going to be cold, so I'll take a coat with me. So if I was going to take a coat, I'd then take this out. Say for example it was December and I knew I was doing a Euro tour, so I knew I was going to be in Europe for the whole of 5 days in December, then I know it's going to be cold, so there's no point me taking this because I'm going to want a coat anyway. So that's probably the only time that I would take this out. Other than that, it stays in here with me. Now I've got to put all this back. So that's everything on this side. That's everything that stays put regardless of where I'm going, what I'm doing, and if I even know where I'm going. So like standby, that'll all stay exactly where it is. On to this side. So this side is everything that pretty much changes. So anything that I want to wear, how many spare shirts I need for uniform, that sort of thing. Apart from one extra little bit that's in here that kind of changes a little bit, but not so much. So right now I'm currently packing for a long haul trip. Here's a little spoiler for you for the next roster reveal, because I've had a little change to this month's roster already. My next trip is a Chicago, and I've never been to Chicago before, so I don't really know what I'm getting myself into. However, before I go, I'll always look at what the weather's like, whereabouts the hotel that I'm staying in is, and if there's anything that's there that I'd really like to do. They're like the 3 things that I would look for. So things to do, what the weather's like, and whereabouts my hotel is in comparison to everything. So am I going to do a lot of walking? Am I probably going to go to a beach? And to use this as an example, I'm obviously going to Chicago. So I've already looked at all of that stuff. It looks like it's going to be pretty hot, potentially some rain. So the rain jacket's still in there. Hotel is in a decent distance to like the river, so I can go for a nice stroll. There is also a beach there, and there's also a few little touristy things to do as well. Whether I'll do them or not, I don't know, but I do kind of pack for the option to. And obviously because it's a long haul trip, it means that I'll only do 1 flight out, 1 flight back, so I will only need a minimal amount of spare uniform. Whereas if I was going to be doing a really long Euro tour for 5-6 days, then I would need a few spare shirts and a few spare socks. But obviously I'm not doing that. So for Chicago, this is what I have packed. So Chicago is a 3-day trip, which means we get about 24 hours there. We also arrive there at about 3 in the afternoon, I think. So I have a good portion of the afternoon to the evening, and then the next day again we don't report until about 2:30, 3 again. So I've got the morning there. So I have got like morning, afternoon and evening to sort of think about and pack for. And that is what I've done. So in here I have a spare pair of socks for my uniform and a spare shirt for my uniform. On this side I also have a little jewellery pouch that I got from Linya. I've done a few collaborations with Linya before, and they do the cutest little travel jewellery box ever. I used to have a slightly bigger one, but this one just makes so much more sense because I never bring that much with me. So that always stays in there. However, the jewellery that's in there will change. So I'm obviously not going to get out my underwear to show you guys, but that is in here. So I pack however much underwear I think I'm going to need. And I always pack extra. I feel like us girls, we could be going away for 2 days and we'll pack like 7 pairs of underwear, because that's just what we do. So I have packed my underwear in here, but they're for my eyes only. But clothing wise, I have packed a little dress. I haven't actually worn it yet, but I thought it'd be really nice for this trip. So then I've packed a second option for an outfit. I say second, but it's like second and third. So I've got 2 different options for tops. I've got like a little pink racer top, and I've got this cute top that I got from Primark, which I love, and I wish I'd got it for my Nashville trip, but I got it after my Nashville trip. And a pair of denim shorts. Like I said, it's really, really hot, so I'm not packing any jeans, anything like that. And then all my underwear's at the bottom. I've also brought with me a strapless bra, because for both of those tops and the dress, I need a strapless bra, so that's in there. And then on the back portion of this side, I have a little bralette. In case my actual bras get uncomfortable, then I can just wear this. I also have this little bag that I got from Primark. So this is one of those bags that you pop open. It's got a little tie in it, and it opens really open planned like that. I got it from Primark. I think it was only about a tenner or something. I really didn't think I was going to use it, but I use it every single trip. It comes in so handy. But in here I have, like I said, hair bits, a little random hair clip. I have some more makeup in here, like makeup brushes and things that aren't liquid, so like powders and stuff I have in here. I don't really tend to wear much makeup when I'm down route. I don't really wear much makeup anyway, as you can tell. I'm a nice sweaty mess right now. But yeah, I bring the bare minimum just in case I'm having an off day and I really want to put some makeup on. So I have like a powder in here. I have some hair scrunchies, I have a nail file, my toothbrush is in here, lots of hair clips, lots of extra hair clips, because obviously I pin my hair up for work and you can never have too many hair clips. I also have this little spoolie because I get little lash lifts, so I need that for my lashes, and I use it for my eyebrows as well. I also have eyelash curlers in here in case the lash lift is not giving that day. And then I have cotton pads. I have a hair comb in here, and it's one of the ones that has a bit of a thicker end to it. So from most places or most airports, you can't take anything thinner than this. So you know the really, really thin combs, that like the metal combs for those really obvious parts, that's what I use day to day. But they're classed as a dangerous weapon, which is fair enough. So I don't take one of those with me because I made that mistake before. Someone told me off. So now I take one of these combs, which comes in really handy. So that is that little bag. And then I also have a little tote bag in here. It tends to be the only bag that I really take around with me. It also fits any camera stuff in there. And speaking of cameras, I will also take my camera stuff with me. The electronic stuff needs to go in my topper, like I said before. However, things like my tripod, my microphone, stuff like that will go in here. And then there'll be a few changes here and there depending on where I'm going, basically. And that is my whole suitcase. So there we go. That is everything that I pack in my suitcase for any time that I need it. So that goes for short haul trips with night stops and also my long haul trips as well. And I hope that was helpful to any of you that are going to become crew or that already are crew and just want to update your suitcases. Also, if you have any tips for me, whether you're crew or not, if there's anything you think that I could really benefit from when I'm packing my suitcases, then please let me know. I am happy to hear some constructive criticism. Like I said, I've only been flying a year and a half. This is what I've found works for me so far. I used to pack my bags so differently when I first started, so I'm sure it's going to change over time again as well. But that's how I pack my suitcase as it stands, and it seems to work really well. So like I said, I hope it can help some of you guys. And for now, I'm going to love you and leave you. Thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you very soon in my next one. Bye!